Hi guys! Today I'm gonna tell you all about Cassette Beast so that you can understand a little better what the game is like in a few minutes and decide if you're interested in buying it afterwards. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I am gonna show some gameplay to better contextualize everything, so no drawings today, I'm afraid. Here's all you need to know about me as a player before we start. I got this game a few years ago on Steam, and I've played it on PC as I do not have a Steam Deck. I paid full price for it, which for me in Europe it's 20 euros, and I also got the 7 euros DLC, which I'll talk about later. Do remember that the game is also available on Xbox consoles, Nintendo Switch, and even on smartphones now. You can't get it on any PlayStation consoles as of writing this video. I currently have 96 hours on Cassette Beast and I've completed basically everything that could be completed, even going as far as getting rare secret monsters that aren't normally encounterable in the game. If you're interested in my opinion, you can find it at the end of the video. Cassette Beast is a turn-based RPG in which you can take on to more than 100 monster forms and fight into 2v2 strategic battles. The game has a fusion feature which allows you to fuse together two monsters to create a new larger one, and this makes for a much bigger cast than standard, counting up to around 14,000 fusions total. Really cool, but some are definitely better than others. There's a bestiary to keep track of all the monster forms that you have obtained. Yes, there's one for the fusions as well. And each monster here has two available descriptions in the bestiary that you can obtain in different ways. Also, you can use some of the monster's abilities outside of battle as well. The game features pixel art for the characters and monsters, but also has a 3D overworld in which you can move freely, creating an interesting mixture between the two aesthetics. The map may not seem very vast at first, but believe me, there's tons to explore as the game is packed with secondary and primary quests that are all about those places you might have thought useless at a first glance. I personally have never experienced playing Cassette Beast with a friend, but I have heard very good things about it. The multiplayer is there if you intend to do so, but the single player experience is of course perfectly fine as well. The soundtrack is also just amazing, all of it, in a way I have never seen before. Please go listen to any piece from this game and you will be instantly enamored by it. My favorite is Like Chimera's. I still can't believe that this song is from a video game. I'm going to now briefly go over the story, with no major spoilers of course, all stuff you can find out in the first hour of gameplay, but if it makes you uncomfortable, please skip it and do protect your experience. Cassette Beast starts with the player finding themselves in a portal that leads them straight up to this weird isle called New World, a place that's stuck between worlds and that is populated by both humans and monsters. The people in New World started using cassettes to record their forms and use them in battle to protect themselves. For this reason, you're given a monster form right at the start with little time spent on the tutorial section. So the player will try to do all they can to go home, exploring New World with all sorts of characters. Your adventure starts there. There's also good character customization at the start. Nothing crazy, but it's really good for what the game is. But I mean, what you'll do to get from point A to point B is much more intricate than one might expect from a game like this. There's things like cults and critiques to capitalism, and even stuff about the line between what's real and what is fantasy. There's incredible creative boss designs that I will not show you, and so on. Furthermore, this game features romance and a whole bonding system with the singular characters. At the end, you can choose if you want to initiate a relationship with them or not. Even polyamory is an option. Side note, this doesn't change anything about the story, except for a few dialogues. Also, speaking of dialogues, they're one of the weakest points in the game, I believe. I'm not talking about the characters' dialogues, I'm talking about your dialogue options. It suffers from the same problems as Pokemon, basically. You have multiple options, but these options mostly mean nothing. So don't expect multiple endings or anything like that. The post game is another weak point of the game. If you're not a crazy psycho like me, I loved it, but I'm crazy. What's left to do after the end of the main game, which lasts around 10 to 12 hours, is mostly grindy stuff like unlocking side quests, which are unlocked through a very annoying system, or maxing out the characters you haven't maxed, filling up the bestiary, finding new monster forms and secret dungeons, basically complete all the achievements. I'll say right now that this game offers a good amount of post game content and even some new interesting challenges, but it is not easily accessible for everyone, I fear. The only thing that it's left to talk about before I express my obvious opinion on this game is the 7 euros DLC, Fear of the Unknown. It includes some cute new monsters and a nice little dungeon subplot with cool steampunk bosses in it. That is, unfortunately, it. It's just what the trailer said it would be. It's really nice. It's just more cassette based. I liked it, but I only suggest you buy it after you finish the game if you completed everything and miss playing it, like I did. I wouldn't recommend buying it right away if you're not sure you'd like the game. And finally, my opinion of the game. I'd recommend you buy the game at the full price, but if you feel like you'd rather get it for less because you're not sure, there's no shame in that. I don't know about consoles, but it's often on discount on Steam. I saw it at 10 euros just a few weeks ago, and I say no shame in waiting. Discounts will come. About the game itself, I think that it's incredibly underrated and that it has everything that I have ever wanted from a newer Pokemon game. A nice story with characters that just feel human and that I can relate to, nice monsters, and rare monsters that are actually encounterable even if I don't dedicate my life to finding them. All of it at an affordable price. Definitely one of the best in its genre in the last decade. I love the double button system, and oh my god, I love Ramtasm, that little ghost freak. Buy this game if you're a fan of turn based RPGs, and especially if you like monster collectors like Pokemon. The story is very cute, even if the ending's a bit meh. I expected something more, especially from the way the ending was being presented to us. And that's it, folks. Have a good one. No, 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 I didn't mean to start it now.